If you have questions, we have answers. Join us live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Talkin' RV Tech, presented by RVTravel.com.
Here's a sample from one of our recent shows.
Dustin, get a chance to talk about slide out sleds.
So thank you for the question. So the slide out sleds, they've been around for a long time.
Different versions.
Versions. I want to say the one that wasn't in my article or my YouTube video that I put on was a newer version that's made by AP Products, and it's typically called a slide out sled. So that one is it's an ABS plastic, and it's got a foam black pad on the bottom of it. That one was more designed for the linoleum type of rooms that go in and out. So depending on how long the room is, obviously start out with 2 on the ends. Depending on how big the room is, you might get an additional 2 for the middle. And that's basically, it's not, some people in the comments were saying, hey, that's going to change the height of how the room goes in and out. No, it's not. That room is resting, like say it's a Schwintek. It's resting on rollers that go in and out anyways. And that's not going to alter or damage the Schwintek. I mean, not unless you wedge something in there with it. But you're basically going to butt that up on the inside of the wall, run the rooms up, and it's a padded material. So as that room's there, it's not sitting there rubbing. The older versions didn't have a pad on it. They actually had some teeth that would grip into the carpets to protect the carpets on the sides so that it wouldn't dig in and make a groove, in the carpet. So, if you have carpet, there's a slide out slicker, I think is what it's called.
Lippert has one too.
And then Lippert has one too. So there's 3 or 4 different variations. There's even one that I see now on Amazon that you can cut to fit, because some of them are the slide outs are real short. You get one that's, forgot what the standard length of it was, but it was pretty significant. So
it sticks out in the walkway.
One thing that we found on these that seemed to help a lot, people make the mistake in thinking that like replacing the floors and stuff is like a house, and it's not.
Yeah.
And so
protect your lino.
Yeah, what they'll end up doing is they'll have a slide system where the unit would come up on like a Teflon pad, and then when it would crest that pad, it would rest on the carpet, and the carpet would kind of be the glide as the rest of the way in. People will rip all that out, and then they'll put like laminate flooring or something in. Well, the unit no longer can sit on that carpet to ride inside, but there's not enough room to put rollers underneath of it. So instead of the floor being ruined a year down the road because the room just keeps tipping into it, these help eliminate that. It doesn't get rid of all of it, or it doesn't, it's not the end all be all, but it definitely protects and makes it last.
Especially if you have a new lino to lino floor. That's my concern, is that we don't want to do lino in them unless absolutely necessary. There's nobody that comes in here and says, hi guys, I don't like the color, let's change it. Typically, the only time that's getting changed is when insurance is involved. You've had a tire blow out and go through the floor, or the slide out, something broke on it and it tore the floor, or a slide out rollers damaged it. I mean, it's not something that's easy.
No, we did one in 2000 and
difficult.
Yeah, we changed the carpet out in a 2000 Winnebago Brave because the carpet was horrible, and we got a padded vinyl company that wanted to come in and do it. And the challenge we had was the room had a plastic roller, basically, the U-shaped, and it just would glide across the carpet. Well, it pushed this vinyl. Yeah. And so we had to go with the thinner pad of the vinyl, and we had to glue it where that slide was at, and it had to be a certain kind of glue that is only found. We ended up calling it the motorhome from hell, which it was. So, 2 years later, we finally got it finished because the technician that came out from the host company threw his hands up, walked away, and said, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Every time somebody's gone and ripped it out themselves and tried to do it themselves, and they've gone back with like a flooring company to try to install it, and it's just not understanding, condensation, flexing of the coach. You run into stuff that you don't know that's underneath the carpet. Yep. You run into different joints and seams that you're not aware of.
Oh, yeah.
And having to remove the rooms in order to install those.
Yeah.
And so we see them and we just kind of cringe and go, okay, well, everything that's in there have to come out and restart over fresh. Because it's usually, like you're saying, it's buckled something.
Yep.
Join us live this coming Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Talkin' RV Tech.
You can join us on any of the YouTube or Facebook destinations linked below.
We hope to see you there.